I did a lot of things when I was in the service, and those Vietnam veterans can really relate to that, I'm afraid. But as far as my work in the Navy, I started out as it was what they call a Deck Ape. And a deckhand basically is in the first division aboard ships, and I was aboard a ship, a frigate. And I handled a lot of different jobs. I mean, mostly painting and scraping and cleaning and that type of thing. But when you're involved with the ship's crew and you're out to sea, you've got to learn a lot of things that are interchangeable with other sailors. I work sometimes in the area of loading powder underneath the 5-inch guns to shoot down whatever was coming our way. Many times I would be serving my watches as helmsman day and night on the bridge where the captain or the officer of the deck was located. And it was a lookout at times, which was a very important job. At times I was in after steering. In case the steering was disabled, you'd have a manual steering mechanism back there. So I really performed a lot of duties that were very important as a part of the team effort aboard ship. Ultimately, when I went into the personnel office, I'd actually gotten a letter from my dad saying, you need to find something that converts to the civilian time when you get out. And he said, why don't you try and get into the office? And I said, okay, I'll do that, Dad. I usually did what he said. And so I struck to become a third-class petty officer, working on service records. So that was my first exposure to handling service records like I have been for the last 35 years working with and for the VA. So I was introduced in the Navy to actually documenting service records for veterans and everything. The other aspect of my duty in the Navy involved the longest period that I performed a duty was I was the ship's, the captain's phone talker. So the captain had all of his intercommunications with every department on the ship. So I would relay the captain's orders to whatever needed to be done. Out to fuel refueling, I'd be in touch with the other ship. If it was combat related, I'd be related involved with the captain's orders for combat duty. And the last duty I had was when we were in search and rescue off the coast of Vietnam. My job as the captain's phone talker and as a personnelman was to a small detachment of Marines aboard, and when they go over and rescue somebody and come back, my job was to make sure that that small helicopter didn't roll off the deck, so I'd chalk that helicopter and make sure I got noted exactly who was coming aboard for the ship's records. So my duties were varied. I had a great experience in the Navy. I think that that pretty well explains how I became a third-class personnel.